only 30 to 40% of music played on Kenyan radio is Kenyan.
Right.
And that's an abomination. And people like Alpha are here to change that, right?
Yeah.
I have baffling stats on that, but if you want to, we can share that on the next episode.
We didn't get into that.
No.
have
Give.
baffling
No.
stats.
Listen, we can get into it a little bit if you don't mind. Yo, what's up, and welcome to episode 26 of the 30% podcast. We have a special one because we're joined by Alfamars. Yo!
Give it up.
Yo, Alpha.
Yo.
Tell me, how have you been? Oh, hold up. Sam. We're also joined by Sam. We're also joined by
Yo,
Sam.
you just left Sam like in the blues, man.
I
like,
thought you were just going to keep going. And yeah, hi guys.
Nah,
What's up?
Sam is in the building, yeah.
Alpha, it's nice to have you here, man.
Yeah, it's like the second time we're meeting.
Yeah.
Actually, Sam and I met you guys at the Alo,
Winning
show.
Post. Yes.
Yeah, the Alo show at Winning Post. Yeah. But I've been good, man. Like, can't complain. Just too much solar in this Nairobi, man.
Too much solar.
The sun outside. I woke up when I was leaving the house.
sun
The
today
sun was
isn't-
there and the moon was there.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm enjoying the sun right now.
I was
Early
confused.
birds. Yeah, but it's Gemini season, so it's my birthday soon.
I have a
Come
love-hate
on.
relationship with Geminis. I'm not even gonna lie.
Crystal
No cap?
boys are back.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
that's a good way to
crystal
start.
boys
Geminis
are
and
back.
Virgos, like
Yeah.
I just something. But when we talk like about girls, like
No, chill. Alpha,
right.
I thought you said that you don't pay attention to these things. You told the
No,
audience.
no, I told the audience.
That
Please,
you
let's
don't
not
really
ever say
honestly
audience
audience.
ever again.
Audience.
Let's never say
That is-
audience ever again.
I know
is
it didn't
wicked.
sound great coming out of
That
that.
is wicked.
No, I don't pay attention to Astro, but like I just know that me and Geminis and me and Virgos, it's not a vibe. But like, yeah.
Alright, for the sake of the woke fam,
Oh no, yeah.
I'm a
Panda,
Gemini.
you're kidding me.
I'm a Gemini. Shout out all my Geminis who's tuned in. Yeah.
Do you
we run
believe?
this?
Do you believe in Astro?
Yeah, partially.
Yeah?
I mean, like sometimes it's like, you just look at the aspects.
Have you
like,
ever made a decision to not
Based
talk
on-
to someone or just anything?
dude? I
based
know
on
my
Astro?
sun. I know my moon sign. I know my ascendant. I know all the aspects.
What's your rising
like,
and what's
I'm a
your
Virgo rising.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm an Aries moon.
You're a Virgo rising.
Yeah.
Holy
so
fuck.
we yeah.
You're going to have to explain what that
I'm a
means.
Gemini rising, which is interesting because and then I'm a Scorpio moon.
Yo.
Scorpio.
What does that mean? What does that
Scorpio.
mean?
That
sounds
Alpha,
like a
tell
fire
us. Tell
name for
us.
an
No,
album,
we can't
Scorpio
get into
moon.
all that right now. We can't get into all that right now. But just know, like, yeah, Scorpios, I think that's like the least compatible sign I have, but I still love my Scorpios.
For
man.
you. Oh, interesting.
Is there a specific star sign that is the least compatible with all the rest? Like the bad, like just
Guys be shading Geminis for no
Trash.
apparent reason, but
I've literally just come from shading Geminis.
Yeah.
So it's the Geminis.
People have issues with mostly Geminis. I've seen
Yeah.
people have issues with Aries, which is what I am. What else?
guys say we're two-sided for some weird reason.
Because
man.
you are.
Like,
I've dated a
Like,
Gemini.
you don't know, like,
Geminis are two-sided.
man.
Sam.
yeah,
decided in what
They
sense?
are. They are.
like we have an alter ego, like I don't know, like I can be literally happy right now, and the next second I'm like, like the yay thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Isn't he a Gemini?
Like he can crack a smile, next minute it's like,
Wait, isn't he isn't he a Gemini?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, Geminis run the music industry, man. Don't play with us, man. J Hus is a Gemini. Kodak Black and I share the same birthday. Who else?
Oh,
like
for real?
Santan Dave, Ye,
Ooh.
Tupac, Biggie. Come on, man. Don't play with us, man.
Speaking of
Don't play with us.
Dave, did you listen to the new song with Central C?
They actually have an EP, man.
Oh, it's an EP.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just listened to the song. Oh, the song is fire. What was the line? The something she's thick, so I'm halfway there. What was the line?
Dude, like me and like, is this on the new song, Sprinter?
Yes.
Bro, it's too new for me to like memorize lyrics, man. Like,
No, but that's the one line.
It's
That's
stuck.
the one
Yeah.
line that's fire.
That's the
it's-
quotable.
It's stuck.
yeah.
Yeah, but like, yo, listen, thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us, man.
Right.
This is our second ever interview. So, bruh, listen. Thank you.
It's a pod. It's,
Just roll with
you guys
it.
are doing interviews. Is
No,
it
it's
an
not.
interview or a pod?
Well,
Sam,
it's a conversation.
Technically,
that's what we
yeah.
like. That's what we should say.
We're
It's a
doing title.
conversation. We're just talking.
Yeah, say
Just
less,
I mean,
say less,
technically,
yeah.
it's a conversation, but like some people might see it as an interview. But it's you know what? It's a conversation.
It's a
I take
convo,
it
yeah.
back. This is our second ever
Yep.
conversation with someone other than.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this is so
So,
messy.
yeah.
But yeah, no.
Nah, but for real, I'm honored to be here, man. First time on a pod.
Hey,
So I'm
first
I'm-
ever. No
Yeah,
one has
I'm
ever
popping
asked
my
you.
pod cherry for sure
eesh.
with you
Hey,
boys.
I feel honored.
Pause.
No,
But
you,
you know,
nah, why do we have to
yeah.
pause that, bro? I feel honored.
Oh no, it's bro, it's Pride Month. There ain't no pauses out here.
Exactly. Yes, thank
yeah,
you.
man. But yeah, I'm honored to be here, man. Like it's I've been
Yikes.
loving what you guys are doing. I was just listening to, I try to keep up with you guys like with the
Oh man,
weeklies.
appreciate it.
Don't
yeah,
just be saying it, though.
it's good to see like
Don't just say it.
creatives like come out and like document the other side of the industry. So man, like
So
Let's
this
get
is
it.
kind of crazy. Me and Alpha actually have some history.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Tell
man.
us about that.
Yeah. So, and I want to give you your flowers now. Alpha is one of the first people who ever fucked with my beats when I was coming up
Round it
as a
up.
producer.
Round it
Like
up.
I would send him beats and
Yes,
he would
sir.
actually like
He'd listen to
reply
them. He wouldn't
and
help you.
respond. Yeah. Because
and
That's
go
love,
to the
bro.
studio and cook.
Because back in the day, man,
Facts.
I used to send beats to a lot of people, and I used to be dubbed by a lot of people.
Yeah.
But Alpha is one of the first people
Still.
who actually
Guys
took
were
me
carving you. Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got to know him. Obviously, now he's evolved into like so much more than just a rapper. But let's start from the beginning, bro. So rap, like just music in general,
Right.
bro. Like, how did you get into all of that?
My relationship with music is like, it is eons back. I think even before I got here, because I got older brothers who were just like hip hop heads, and I don't have like my folks weren't in like any sort of like music sort of like thing, like they weren't musicians or anything of the sort. There's no history like genetically or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So for me, my introduction to music was just like my elder brothers back in LA. Guys, just I was just a youngin', and the house was just hectic, man. Guys just booming music, man. Like
How many brothers do you have?
I'm the last born of five. Yeah.
All brothers?
All guys, like no.
How was that growing up, bro?
No oestrogen in the crib. Just
How was-
testosterone
how was
all
that-
over,
how
man.
was that growing
That
up, bro?
toxic masculinity shit, yeah. But there was just a lot of music around me growing up. Yeah, a lot of hip hop, a lot of soul, a lot of the African classics, more of like that Yvonne Chaka Chaka stuff.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so my dad would play a lot of rumba as well.
Yeah.
My mom, of course, some gospel, play some rock, that George Michael stuff, pop. Yeah,
Wow, it's a
then,
lot of influences.
yeah. There's just
everything.
I'm a music man, bro. Like it was inevitable. Like I couldn't stop it, man. I was just around music, and my brothers were now hip hop heads. So yeah.
Fire. So
Yeah.
what would you say? So I was actually thinking about the first time I consciously remember like listening to music. And do you know what it was? It was the Dangerously in Love album by Beyonce.
By Beyonce.
So this is 2002. I remember like consciously listening to it on like a cousin's Walkman. And that's the first thing that like, bruh. Obviously I was kind of crushing on Beyonce at the time.
Oh, boy.
But I say this to say, what's the first like thing, like musician song that you consciously remember like listening to, if you can remember?
It has to be Pac.
Pac.
Yeah, Pac. So
Okay.
weird. So
A specific
weird.
album or
I think it was I'm a 96er, so hey shit, I'm just putting my age out there like that, bro. Shit.
By
from your
Yeah.
90?
no, let's move on. You were saying?
Like
Yeah,
you can't
I think
just Google
changes.
his
I
age.
think changes was instrumental.
Okay.
For me, yeah. A lot of Jigga as well. Jay, Jay was there at the time. So yeah, I think it has to be Pac. Man, I have to just give Pac his flowers.
His flowers.
Yeah.
Ooh,
from the gate.
Interesting timing, because
Yeah.
I think yesterday he got his Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started listening. So I guess hip hop was your first like really big like influence.
Yeah, that was my introduction for sure into, music and
So
stuff.
when did you say, yo, fuck this, I'm not gonna just listen to people rapping, I'm gonna start rapping myself?
Okay, that started in primary school, man.
In primary school, okay.
Yeah, like early from the gate. I think it was like already guys were doing it. If you know, I was in Riara, so
You were in Riara?
Yeah, I was in Riara.
Ew,
like,
bro. Yeah, me, I'm a McKinney
We're
kid.
not doing-
Yeah, I'm a
We're
group
not-
of schools.
we're not-
What you a group of schools?
No, I'm
We're
a
not-
McKinney kid,
I
so
was a
obviously.
McKinney. I
We're
thought
not
you went
school
like-
shaming here.
It's like being a blood and a crib. yeah, like yo.
We're not
it's
school
crazy.
shame over here.
I did McKinney as well. Like that was my first school. Yeah, but
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So you moved to the ops. Oh.
Yeah. I was buying in the other side.
Riara,
I was a
the
bunch
ops,
of guys
bro.
getting education, the ops. That's crazy.
Why is there beef, man?
I don't even know why there's beef, but there just
but
is.
it was we're on the same like road
The
and
same road,
everything.
yeah.
So it was just like
Crazy.
ego clash. But yeah, I think over there is where like I saw shout out to I have to give Muro.
Oh, Muro, yeah, Muro.
Muro actually put me onto rap. I
For
wouldn't lie
real?
to you. Like starting rap. Muro, the EA Wave guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Former EA Wave guy. Muro was rapping. Like he would come to school flexing on guys like, yo, you guys can't do this shit. Like put beats that the band would play. He was doing his thing. And then eventually I was like, yo, you know what? Like I can do that shit too, man.
Well, that's
I can do that
crazy.
shit too,
Let me
no
try.
doubt. Yeah, bro. Listen to this nigga, because I had a lot of thoughts at the time.
But wait, back then.
But I never could verbalize them. So
But back then, where was he getting instrumentals from, like beats? Was it just like YouTube or?
what Muro was, you know what? At that time, I think YouTube was just coming up, and there was a way. I think you could actually get beats from like there was something called Reverb Nation.
Oh, Reverb Nation.
So guys would upload the stuff there. It's
okay.
I'm showing my age poorly, man. But yeah, like you would just get like random beats. And Muro also played in the band. I think we there was a studio in Riara as well. So we would just go chill in the studio. Like,
dang,
yeah,
okay.
just trying to look cool. Like yo, we know what
There
we're
was
doing.
a studio in the school itself.
Yeah.
Has anyone
Sub-Saharan
come out of
Studios.
there that
It is the Sub-Saharan Studios.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So at Sub-Sahara, it has a history as fuck, man. So there was Susan Gashukia's band or something like that, and her husband is Guido Kibukosia, so he was also part of like
Camp
that.
Mula.
Yeah, that era of like the 80s Kenya, like what genre do we call that? The Zilizopendwa.
Oh, Zilizo
Yeah, a lot of those guys used to record.
I think that's a genre name.
Yeah.
Is there a genre name
Wait,
for that?
What do we call that genre, man?
I mean, it's
Zilizo
traditionally it's
Pendwa.
more banger music and
Yeah,
close
banger,
to
yeah.
that, but then I don't think we have termed it that. I don't know.
Yeah, Sarakasi band, all those guys used to record there, and yeah, there's a bunch of urban artists as well, because Camp Mula as well were recording there.
Yeah.
So yeah, those guys influenced us heavy. The Teo, Marcus, Kibukosia, Sharps, yeah, all those guys. So us, we just wanted to look cool. Honestly, it wasn't like a thing like, oh, we know what we're doing. Nah, it was like these guys are rapping, yo,
Yeah.
they're getting all the
Yeah.
shorties, yo,
Yeah.
let's go do that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically that was me now getting into rap. Then in high school is when now, that was because that was like the tail end of like completing school.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But in high school now, I was like, yo, when in the beginning of high school, that's when I was like really confident in what I could do, and then I just took it upon myself. Like I was a sick
Are you
freestyler.
comfortable sharing what high school?
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Okay, if you know, you know. If you know,
If
you
you
know.
know, you know.
That's fine. That's fine. So,
Yeah.
so high school is when you now started like taking it more seriously.
Yeah. I would
Okay.
like consciously go to the studio.
Did you guys have like ciphers that you do? Because I know high school would have been the era of like ciphers
And-
and,
and battle rap.
battle rap.
Yeah, that's a huge part. So what happened was some guys who are older than me, like Louis Kimathi,
I like how you said that because he's been talking about his age now. He's trying to make
Yo.
make himself feel like, okay, yeah, those guys who are older than me,
those guys- those guys
definitely.
were older than me.
Yeah.
It's facts. So these guys showed me yo, this is what's happening in like St. Mary's, and these like rap is actually starting to get embraced. Like rap music is getting embraced. So I remember TNT was coming up at that time.
TNT.
Yeah, like Timmy was
No, but back then they were called something else. What were they called? Didn't they have a
no,
different...
they had a group called Trinity.
No, there was another name. Timmy Tim.
Crew Teflon.
Crew Teflon.
Yeah. The
Crew
snapback
Teflon.
era,
Oh,
like the top of the
man.
2010s.
What a
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Like us guys would go like literally battle everyone. We wanted smoke. So we'd go to like just anywhere it could pop off, whether we're in a mall, a junction, whether there's like a tournament or just a place where everyone is. Like, yo, we'd go and start some stuff out
The
there.
first time I was conscious about Timmy Tim was there was a cipher that had like Teo, Timmy, who else was there? Do you remember
254 Low?
Yeah, the 254 Low,
Yeah,
that
254
one.
Low,
Oh
yeah,
man,
254
that
Low,
was a time.
Yeah.
Sharperman, that's
That
the
was
first
a
time
time,
I had
yeah.
Sharperman with like some real like bars. I
Yeah,
was like,
Sharps was like, yo, they used to call him Young Cass.
Young Cass.
Young Cass, yeah. So those guys inspired us to make music, but we were already around music.
Crazy.
Then what happened was one of my boys' brothers was called, Kora used to run a huge event organizing company. They brought Omarion to Kenya, but at the time they would bring like whoever was popping, whoever was hot, they would try to get them to Kenya, like DJ Cleo. So he introduced me to Christoph. Christoph Muluya Wabusia. Yeah, the Christoph, And Christoph was like, yo, this kid is good. Let's take him to the studio. And then he took me to Sub-Saharan, and I just started making music like on a professional level, like from early, man. Like I was like, 14 or something.
Wow, so you would because for most people, like your experience starts in the bedroom, like that's where you.
Yeah, you started
recording.
like in the studios with surrounded by all the.
Which is crazy, man.
Yeah.
What does that do? What do you think that there's a difference in how you progress? Of course, you're not necessarily pushing the music thing as much as your main thing now, right? But then, do you think people who start in the bedroom have a disadvantage to like your start?
Nah, man, bro, we all started. Like, I think we were in like going like we've jumped the gun because you need that. Like, everybody comes to the bedroom, man. Like, I used to just chill in my room and just like play shit for
Cook stuff
myself,
up, yeah.
man. Like, yo, bro, like I had Walkmans to MP4s.
Those are the days.
Yeah. But I wasn't I was always around music. Yeah, hey, bro, tumetoka mbali, man. Did you have any like devices back then besides the Walkman?
No, bro.
With your headphones there?
I had some whack-ass headphones I was given by one of my close friends, but they were really not.
I had
good.
a Sony CD player. I don't know where I got it from.
Yeah.
But I had a Sony CD player.
Were you even the guy if you didn't have that shit, man? Like,
yeah, man.
Kwanzaa cassette tapes. Oh my god, I had a whole cassette tape era. Kenyan music.
I might have listened to, I don't know whether I listened to, because the first album that introduced me to hip hop was it's cliche, but it's Get Rich to Die Trying 50 Cent.
Shit.
So it's
What an album. That's a classic album.
I can play that and I can tell you all the lyrics, every single thing.
In the club,
yeah,
all that.
I don't know whether that was tape or I think that was on tape.
Yeah.
I think it was on tape. It was on tape. So I had a little.
Why were you so cool from the beginning, man?
I don't know. It's not like I went looking for it. It was just there.
Like you guys even consciously remember the albums you were tapped into, or it's something like
no, it's
as
definitely
you grow older.
It's like it's important, right? Because it's the first time your brain clicks in terms of music, and it was that and Gospel Fathers, the old Kenyan.
I was actually really into a lot of Kenyan music in the beginning as well. Man.
Were you a big gamer?
Hey, badly. Me,
like FIFA.
I started with PS1, even like PSX.
Because for me, like PS was a huge for music, like just listening to all the soundtracks and everything.
Yeah.
FIFA was my go-to for like songs, like just in terms of exposing me to new music and expanding my palette for music.
Oh, that's cool.
FIFA had it. Yeah.
No, because like my interest in like rock music, it started off of like PlayStation. I'm being serious because like SSX, FIFA, like all the skateboarding games, Tony Hawk,
Need for Speed Underground was there too.
The GTA radio. I used to listen to that. Bruh, So PS has like...
You listen to GTA radio like it was real radio.
Bro, no, GTA radio,
go jack a car and just leave it playing.
GTA 3 to Vice City,
Especially Vice City Radio.
Took us back to those like
the 80s.
The 80s.
Bro, everybody loves the sunshine.
Oh, there he goes.
That
There he goes.
Yeah. As well, also last night the DJ saved my life.
Oh,
like,
bro.
Those were classics.
I can already imagine myself driving down. Oh man.
Yeah. With your Banshee or
Good old days.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So okay,
Exactly.
so you started making music, so Sub-Saharan, you're recording and everything. Did you ever like release music at that time? Was it just SoundCloud, or were you just like recording and keeping that stuff for yourself?
Okay. Initially, what was my thing was just freestyling, and
Okay.
that was more of my thing. I wouldn't like enter the studio and actually make like full on songs. You know, I was just known to be the freestyler, like penning, like entering the studio, penning a track, and then I wouldn't know how to like construct a song from A to Z. That wasn't me. But we did record some stuff like before the Sub-Saharan thing, and just for fun, even on our phones, like just to those. That's all we could do because we didn't know how to go about it. The closest thing we had was the voice recorder on the phone. Like record our bars and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was pretty much that. And then when I went to high school, now my boy was like, yo, let me take you to a professional studio. Let me introduce you to Christoph. Then then I started seeing like this huge ass mixers and shit. Now I know shit is real now. Like, yo, shit is real.
Yeah.
But I don't think you need all that fancy stuff.
No one does
music.
these days.
I've
I've seen Travis Scott recording with a blanket over himself and just.
Bro, I don't know why they threw me to the deep end like that, man. But even so, I would still go back like and record in my boy's room. Yeah. Like
there's something about the room, bro. It's safe.
It's
safe. It's just all the pressure is gone. It's like let me just get in and do what I want.
You can experiment without feeling judged. You can just do whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no cap.
Okay, so like even me, we recorded in my room with Alpha, like way back in the day. Really dope experience, because even for me that was like one of the first times I had like a rapper in my room, like recording.
How far ago was this?
This is like 2016-ish.
Yeah, ish. Yeah.
16.
Around that time.
Circa.
Yeah. And you came through with Kijo, I remember.
Yeah.
It's so fire,
Shout out to Kijo, man. Shout out to Kijo.
Hey, shout out to Kijo.
Amazing singer, man. Yellow Light Machine guys and all that, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, man. For me, that was just like a very interesting experience. Having artists in your bedroom recording. Like I actually felt like a producer. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this music thing, bro. Like, look at us here. We're recording a podcast.
A whole podcast.
It's crazy. Okay, so music, your albums, like, do you still have? Because the album I've seen, the recent album, like, it's very well put together, and I really fuck with the artwork,
right?
And just the entire rollout. I was reading your interview with The Address and everything.
Yeah.
So are you, and I'm stealing Sam's word here, he likes saying this word. How cerebral do you get with like putting together projects, the art, the features, like the instrumental, like how deep into it do you get?
Now, when it came to packaging,
yes,
and stuff like that, like, because in the beginning, bro, you're just making shit for yourself, man. This shit is for fun, You're not really into like all the nitty-gritties and what it takes to like, you just want to make a song and feel good that, oh shit, man, like I made a beat today. Like I could put some vocals on that shit, like, oh, this is how I sound, that's fire. But then when I think after high school, because high school was, I would make music sporadically. Now after high school is when now I took it upon myself, like, do research on like what it takes, like how do these artists do it? Why do they have like artwork? Why do they have why is there like an album cover? Is it so important to have like the right artwork? Is it like how do they even like put a whole album from track 1 to track 10.
Yes.
Bro, me, I'm just making shit for vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I started doing my research, watching all types of interviews from, producers. I remember like the first interviews I would watch was by there was this producer like sort of like
is he like just a YouTube, like one of those tutorial type guys, or
like they did something with 40 once. I'll remember the name. I'll get back to you on
not
that.
Boy Wonder?
Yeah, pardon me. Shit, this is age catching up with me. What, bro? But yeah, it was just amazing. I just learned how to like package everything, and that's what even like introduced me into like being more than like just a recording artist. Yeah, now I started getting into like rollouts and packaging stuff and marketing albums and shit like that.
Getting into everything else
but the creative side. Yeah. So yeah, like A&Ring.
And it's crazy when you get into music, you realize, bro, the music is only like such a small percentage of this whole thing.
Fraction.
It was when I realized that, I got scared. I was like, fam, we've got the music down. We can make a beat with our eyes closed. Whether it's good or not, no one cares. But it's just going to live on the laptop. As far as I'm concerned, at some point I had to realize that I shouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
So start getting and knowing so many different things. Just like, oh fam, nah, you know what? Maybe I should have just that degree that.
It's not.
It's
bro, I
crazy.
went into a rabbit hole like for all that stuff, man. Like, and I think the biggest sort of like fuel in my back was watching Kanye and like learning about his whole creative process.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he has a whole team behind him doing all this stuff, putting things together, like creating songs just to go perform them. Like, what's just a good listen? Like, it was a really huge learning curve for me after high school. Just learning the art of music, the business of music, legal side, and it just became too much, man. Like managers, you need a manager, you need like someone who can help you. Sort of like a road manager. It was too much at the time. But I had to learn all that. Then that's what gave me confidence to even like package my first mixtape in a way that, is like music industry standard. Yeah, after high school, like, that period of like, between going to like school and the project. I mean, going to school and going to university and finishing high school, that little window, bro, like, I was bored, man. I just had to find some shit to do, man.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, what am I going to do, man? I just can't make music. Like, I'm sure there's more to this.
So, okay. So, I mean, now that we're here, like for me, so I left the country in 2017. And when I came back in 2020, all of a sudden, I'm seeing Alpha is just doing everything else but music. You know what I mean? I was like, bruh. Because, I was trying to look for like the people I knew
trying to reconnect. Fam, I still have a bedroom.
Okay. So what was the, like, I guess the motivation or like the impetus that made you like be like, okay, like there's the music thing, but I'm more interested in whether it's the PR, whether it's the marketing of the music.
That, and another question, I guess, to add to that, when did you go like, okay, I'm taking this seriously now? Like,
obviously, I like, for me, since I started as early as like primary, all I knew was that, okay, I'm into music, but is this a real thing? Like,
here in Africa.
I was like, obviously the folks are like, my folks were like,
What do you mean by is this a real thing?
Like, am I genuinely considering doing music seriously, like as a career? Like, is this something I can like sustain for a long while? Am I gonna be an artist? Like, like, how many guys I'm gonna offend? Like my whole family.
They'll call a whole
expectations on me. Like,
they'll call a whole family meeting, man.
Because
uncles, aunties,
my family
everyone.
background. My eldest brother is like a banker and he has an engineering degree, and then everyone is corporated out, man. Like, they're in a spirit,
Yeah.
So I was like,
there's always that one in the family, though.
Yeah, I was the black sheep.
There's always that one. Yeah.
It was me.
No,
So,
but I feel like you're like super in the industry and you're really like charting like a pathway
yeah,
for to young executives, I would say. So
yeah,
when did you decide, or like even how did you decide to like now maybe not
yeah.
solely focus on
On
music
music,
and
yeah.
focus on these other endeavors that you have?
Okay, as I was doing music in high school, of course, I would always have like little like conversations with guys who would like tell me, yo, you can manage, you need to have management
Yeah,
and there's all this formal stuff besides the
yes,
creative stuff.
yeah.
So what happened was naturally how that evolved was I did an internship at because I went to do comms in school because
Okay.
I was like, I'm not gonna do no serious like, yeah, I had
Like
brains, I wasn't a
course.
like, yeah, I wasn't gonna do a formal course in uni, so
Yeah.
I wanted something not too far,
Yeah.
but sort of like related to music.
To music,
Yeah, and that felt like media and arts to me.
Okay.
It wasn't like music production or
Yeah.
like
No, yeah.
yeah, or like music business. Guys really do these courses seriously. Like this is serious like courses. So
Yeah.
for me, I was like, yo, let me go do media, and then we had to go do internships within like the first year of uni.
Okay.
Just exposing you. So I was like, yo, there's so much that goes into like music. How comes artists, like when I was doing it, I was like, I never even wanted to do an interview. Like
Yeah.
it didn't really cross my mind
Yeah.
as something I would want to do. So I got to the other side of the fence now. Just looking at media and going to all these artist events and gaining much more like game and knowledge about the industry. And yeah, we would go like for Spotify activations. We'd go to like just artists having like workshops and stuff. Then
Yes,
that
sir.
clicked. I was like, yo, there's not enough of us.
Yeah.
Guys need to have this information. This is information that guys do not have. And I felt like if I knew this when I was starting, like it would make such a huge difference.
Bro.
So I was like, yo, this is the game they don't want to share with us. Alright, say nothing, bro. This is me. I'm now the corporate guy. I'm like Jay-Z when he quit music and went into like the executive
Into
side
the
of it.
executive
Yeah,
stuff.
like
So
becoming
tell
president.
me
Yeah.
tell me about Tofauti. Like how did that start? Like what it, like for somebody who might not know what it is, what is it?
Tofauti Vibes is
Yeah.
okay, that's way after, That's even way
Oh, so that's even after.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
way after. Because the internship was around 2018.
2018.
Yeah,
Okay.
2018. That's when now I was like, yo, there's all this things that support music and music marketing and yeah, just the business essentially. I was like, okay, so this is what I need to know. Like in terms of like when I'm putting out music, guys are actually sending me press releases to do their stuff. Or guys are actually like inviting me for listening parties. Guys are actually like pitching for playlists. Like there was just all this covert stuff that I didn't know. And now when I was getting like exposed to that, I was like, yo, I'm actually feeling this shit. I'm actually interested in this shit. So
If you had to pinpoint one thing that's super important that you've learned in terms of like the music business side
Yeah.
for an artist, what would it be? Is it like playlisting? Is it PR, press releases? What would you say is like the most important thing?
I wouldn't say there's one like
Okay.
standout thing, I think it's just like just have as much information as you can
Yeah.
on stuff. Like if you have the info, then you get empowered to do more things, But like in terms of like the Kenyan industry, I feel like there's just stuff that a lot of young artists like, ourselves, like we should be more educated on,
For sure.
Like there should be more master classes, like, like
Yeah. Yep.
we need more master classes, and we need these artists also to have that like fire to go for these things. It's the boring part of all this stuff.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
I'd encourage guys to go.
for some reason it almost, well, now it's changing, but for some it for a long time it used to feel like the people who had that knowledge wanted to keep the
yeah,
knowledge
for sure.
and not give it out, because then it almost like waters down their importance in the
Yep.
industry. And then we have people just, it's a struggle, and then now they get up there and then now I have the knowledge. Let me hold on to it. And then now it's just a continuous struggle. But now there seems to be more of a
Yeah.
okay, you know what? I'm going to this podcast doing everything.
Nah, no doubt. Yeah. There's a lot of hoarding of information. A lot of
It's nasty.
Yeah, like guys are just corrupt up there, man. Like guys don't want guys to know stuff, and I'm like, why would you even like want to keep this for yourself? Like I thought you're playing the bigger picture. I thought it's for everybody to.
Do you think
learn
that plays
and
in the current local industry here?
Yeah, the local industry.
You've had more, I mean, conversations behind the doors. So is that something that you've actually seen happen or no?
I mean, there's always that sort of like struggle for like the OGs can do more for the younger guys, you know,
Yeah.
give these guys that game, pass the tools, the resources down so that they don't make the same mistakes you guys made. So there's that sort of, but the OGs, apart from a couple who actually I'm not gonna name drop this. Okay. But there's that sort of like
give us a headline.
Selfishness.
Give us a headline, bro.
There's that sort of selfishness.
We need clickbait.
Yeah, give us some clickbait,
oh, man,
bro.
they're dying for that, man. But yeah, I mean, if it does, I mean, there's a bunch. There's that attitude where like they don't want, because you know there's a lot of money up there. There's a lot of like stuff that they want to keep for themselves because they view like the young guys as a threat. So they just wanna like keep it up there. Let's not give these guys that game. Let them struggle.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
So you said like the local industry is nasty. What do you mean by that?
I said it's nasty. He
No,
agreed.
he did.
Some actually we both like just have that sort of reverb to about the industry.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I feel like.
Is there anything that you can share, like any experiences? Obviously, we're not naming names, but like any experiences you've had.
Okay, let's say like okay, why do you think the same guys keep performing at the big shows? Why is it a cycle?
Sam, why do you think that happens?
You know what I mean?
It's not a thought. Like we know exactly why.
Yeah.
You fight hard to get to that position. You get to that position, and then here we have such limited quote, right? We have such limited ways of getting money, right? So once you get that one spot that you know for sure you're going to be getting your meal, 2 meal, 4 meal every 2 or 3 months, why am I going to remove myself from the next one and bring the homeboy here who is just starting out? Like, no.
You don't even know when the next one will come. So, you know, you want to like capitalize on those opportunities.
And that's
but that mentality is sick, bro. Like
it's on us because it just shows that you don't know your business that well, because you can't be fighting for that one spot when you have so much you could go out and do with it.
There's so many opportunities for everyone, man. I don't know why people try and like hoard.
Which is what I like about the new
those little things which the industry still like holds us back, like that I've seen, like because I've worked with like huge agencies, you know, I've seen huge promoters. I've been in these boardrooms, and you know, I hear the conversations, and you know how guys want to approach things, and you're just like, what? Like we have a long way to go, even for like, you know, in terms of opportunities. And
that's actually interesting. So in those meetings, right?
Yeah,
because I tend to think that sometimes we puff up the knowledge that's at the top. Like in those meetings, is there like new information that blows your mind, or is it just like things that you've thought about before that we can still think about in the streets? It's just that it doesn't have the corporate structure behind it to sort of push it.
I think there's new information. Like information is it's in abundance, you know. Like but there's nothing new under the sun, obviously. Yeah. But I think what really usually just sticks out for me is more of there's this sort of like okay, like there's just things that you wouldn't really know unless you're in those rooms. Like like let's say for example, young artists don't know how to like get brand deals. You know, like you feel like I can cook up a dope like soundtrack for these guys, or I can cook up like
a video, something,
maybe something of the sort, you know. Like I have, or even because you know these days artists are not just like based on like the audio, like we're multifaceted.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you think you have like a good creative campaign, for a brand, and you think shooting your shot at the brand is what will get you through the door, but those brands even have agencies. So you need, like, do artists even know, like, okay, if I want to approach Safaricom, I have to go see YDX agency, You know, like there's just so much information that's not out there that I feel like artists should like be enlightened on. And I don't know why these things are in the dark. Like, why are we keeping these things like a secret, man? Like there's just so much that happens behind the scenes that
I think it's also it will be difficult all the time just keep educating about all the intricacies and everything that happens and do this and do this and do this. Sometimes people just want to listen, I know what I know, so rather than me sit down and keep holding your hand through every step, how about you just tag along and follow me and then move? And then of course that doesn't work all the time.
Yo, man, it's hard. You know, like they say, you're learning on the job. Hey, yo, you really learn on the job, like in Kenya, man. Like you really learn on the job. You're just thrown into the ring, and it's like, yo, I learn how to fight for yourself.
Especially when you realize that some of the older acts, some of the information that we know or the younger people know now, you'll be looking at the older acts and you're like, oh, you should know this.
Yeah,
it's like you almost
they don't.
Yeah, but that's on a corporate level, and that's more mainstream-ish. I feel like the industry has now evolved into like this DIY space.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now you know, like everybody, like you have to create your own like luck now, your own opportunities. You know, we can link up the three of us and say, yo, let's set up a little like backyard concert and start our mini blankets and wine, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah, like it's as easy as that. You just need to build up that community. We have like resources, like there's socials now. So it's like also these OGs look at it like, yo, but you guys have the internet now. You can figure this shit out for yourselves, man. Like, why would I put you on and
what do I have to offer?
Yeah. But the opportunities are vast up there, man. Let's cut the cake, man.
Let's cut the cake. That's a fucking good analogy. But like, yo, bro, I mean, we kind of mentioned it, Tofauti Vibes.
Yeah.
Like, tell us about that.
Yeah, Tofauti now just came after, after all this like character development. The industry character development. So I was like, yo, you know what? I've interned and I've like graduated to like different levels, like to the point I'm an editor for, you know, a national sort of like publication.
Ooh.
So, you know, with those positions and those status, you know, you get into even more like corporate boardrooms and, you know, like you meet like people who actually make decisions that impact the industry, you know. So I was like, okay, I've gained a bunch of knowledge. I have networks now. I know who the plug is, you know. So when I figured that out, and, you know, also just like my own taste and stuff, my own vision for what I'd like to see for the industry now, I was like, okay, let me create like a creative agency where, you know, so Tofauti Vibes essentially is just like, it's a 360 creative agency.
Okay.
You know, so what we do is like PR, public relations. We do branding for artists. Yeah, come see us. We represent artists in boardrooms. We also do stuff like stage production. We like to curate stuff for guys.
Okay.
Yeah, we just connect like creatives to the in a nutshell, or in like layman's terms, it's just like we just put creatives onto like the stuff that they don't want to do, you know, which is like the more corporate stuff, the more business stuff. Like, we're just that bridge, you know.
Is that what makes you guys, and wait for it, different?
Oh boy. Yikes.
That was too soon. Yeah, but I mean, exactly.
No, but obviously would have done that.
At least it's just one. No. So I'm There's usually multiple of these.
I mean, it was like, yo, this guy, like,
I'm sorry.
Yo, hold him back, man. He needs some milk.
I need some milk.
He needs some milk.
But bro, you're involved in so many different things. Because I'm looking at my notes, bro, and it's like there's so many different. There's Tofauti, there's Kipepeo, there's the stuff you do. It's standard. There's like I don't even know what to talk about.
There's a lot. There's a lot. So where do you want to start?
What do you give your time to? What, like when everything is in front of you, what would you say? Okay, I'm doing this first.
Bruh, I need these softwares that like help you, like, you know, like put tabs together, like
Google Tasks.
Yeah, you know, like I need a task manager.
Google Calendar.
Man.
Do you use your Google Calendar?
For your mind?
Yeah, like it starts with mine, obviously personally, and then just like when I now get out of my mind, like there's so much to do.
Okay,
But
I'm waiting for that Elon Neuralink. That's going to be calendars
changer.
right in our brains.
Are you guys gonna? Would you put the chip?
Of course not. I'm not putting nothing in my body. Are you kidding me?
I saw Earn Your Leisure. You know Earn Your Leisure guys. Yeah, those guys they're reckless, man. They say that shit is gonna change the game because most guys are stupid. Like they don't know how to organize this shit.
That's true though.
Guys can't even think. Like guys can't even like.
It's assisted thinking.
No, but but so Sam has said he wouldn't. Would you?
Okay, let me say. Right now where I'm sitting, I wouldn't. But then if
I think our hands are gonna be forced because, like, you're gonna see the benefits
conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, because you're gonna see the benefits.
It's like what they did with COVID.
Yeah, you're gonna see the benefits that having that chip will have. You'll see niggas who, like you said, aren't smart having access to all this type of information. Then the job market will change. Like in order to have a competitive edge, you're gonna have that shit. And if you don't, then you're outside. You know what I mean?
I haven't really
then at this point you're gonna have to like.
It's weird that we are going to be chasing after AI at that point, like because AI is going to develop and then that stuff will now become real, and then now we'll be chasing after.
Be able to hack our brains and stuff. But you know what? Hopefully it doesn't happen in our lifetime, but it's gonna happen.
I'm just looking at the visual of people walking down the street and then getting hacked, just like.
This is becoming one Black Mirror episode. I mean, obviously, right? Even the Vision Pro, the thing.
Already.
The recent.
Are you guys gonna?
That was creepy.
Like, assuming we had all of
my price range
for $4,000 to watch movies differently.
Assuming you had all the money to spend, would you buy it?
I mean, it for entertainment purposes, yeah, but like, it's like having your MacBook and
everything. It's a computer.
It
has an
one headset.
M2 chip.
If there's one thing Apple does, and this is going off track, but if there's one thing Apple does, I think it's what I would do is I'd wait for like the second or third version, because they do that where they bring out something that's supposedly new and then they innovate and innovate and innovate. And then it becomes like solidified and standard now. So I'll wait for the standard. I'm not getting this first one. That's $4,000
this is still prototyping.
for.
So I mean, let them develop it until a point and we can.
But it's dope though. It's the concept and just
it's the future.
The technology and everything is great.
I think it's tacky.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, but like I feel like it's just been developed by really old people.
Yeah.
Because personally I feel like it's so bulky. Like us young, like
the
younger people, we don't wanna like walk around. These guys are so detached. I don't want to walk around with a huge ass headset. Soon. Like this is why the Oculus Rift failed. Or it hasn't become like as big as. And I know this is supposed to be a music podcast, but anyway,
yeah, we just little tangent.
Bro, imagine virtual studios.
But like that's why
tech review.
The Google Glasses or Google Glass. That's something that could have been successful, but these things are still too bulky. Me personally, I'm gonna wait till it's like less. Like I have to wear like a whole. I don't want to wear a whole VR headset.
Like it's a contact lens.
Yeah, it looks
exactly. Yeah.
It looks so.
You're going to wait for a while.
Super imposive. Like we don't need that right now. Like these are not the problems like we should be solving at this point. Plus, like, I mean, this is so.
Why are we bothering about lowering the price on?
Who's like in this economy where we even getting that sort of like, with the finances to actually purchase that thing? But it's who's gonna walk around town with that?
Imagine walking around
that stuff. The moment you leave your house, that stuff is gone. There's no safety. There's no way you can.
You'll be able to see it go in HD.
Nah, that's some serious.
Boys are going to rob you clean. Those are going to be the new chains. They'll rob you clean.
I think the new chains. Wait, let me. This is an interesting question. As a rapper in Nairobi, do you worry about something of yours being snatched, like your chain being snatched? Is that a thing?
People jacking your kicks?
Now this ain't Chirac.
Okay, this ain't Chirac. Okay,
this is
not that serious.
Yeah, it's not that deep. Like but I mean, guys. Okay, we do have like. Do beefs even like exist here? Like
we need more beefs.
We need more beefs.
We need for entertainment value.
We need more. No, for the and it sounds terrible for the culture though. Of course, nothing violent, nothing crazy. But then we need more people interacting with each other in that way, very secluded, right? And one of the ways to interact with each other is through, okay, you know what, I think I'm better than you.
Competition,
Actually put the competition in front of us and say, I'm working towards, you know, that kind of thing. We do need that.
No, we need beefs.
I mean, that's one thing that's helped hip hop grow to where it is. You know, if we didn't have Pac and Biggie, then, you know, most guys wouldn't even know like what hip hop is. You know, some guys' introduction to it was, there's a West Coast, East Coast, those songs that sprung out of it, you know, the hit 'em ups and stuff like that. Yeah, but I think in Nairobi, man, I mean, I enjoyed Barack versus TNT. You know, I enjoyed Octo and Kali.
As somebody who has started a creative agency and is part of like a lot of PR strategies, would you ever advise like an artist to get into a beef to like market
as like a marketing strategy?
Yeah.
That's a really like touchy subject right there, you know. But I mean, ethically, it's not right. But you know, sometimes you read the room. If that's what is gonna get you, you know, more clicks, more eyeballs, man. Do you think
artists are thinking that way currently here? Do you think they're thinking
guys should pay for beef? For sure. I think guys should pay for beef.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like fake beef. Pay someone to mention you in a track. Like, yo, fund that shit. Why are we not doing these things? Like,
so we're not doing it. People are the artists you're running into. They're not thinking that way. They're not.
Yo, guys make it too personal, which is like corny to me. You know, I think you should like Tanasha and Beatty had something, and you know, like that was now. I was like, okay, but Tanasha Donna
and Beatty. I never heard of that.
Yeah, Beatty. Yeah, they had a little squabble, you know,
just a little tiff.
Yeah, a little tiff. You know,
Who else? There's like a couple of weeks ago. There was the track that was released. That
I don't know how to pronounce her name. There was like some mini beef with Mandy and
the Yiviona girl. Yeah. Actually,
although that one kind of backfired.
Yeah. Actually, now that was irrelevant because
it was so irrelevant. Yeah. No, because it didn't do anything. It didn't push the needle at all. Then Mandy just
if you're beefing,
she didn't even have to reply, and then she just replied with greatness because after that she was put on equal for Spotify. She was like,
that's like Yiviona was just left there. Like,
that's like
Joe. Man. Like,
that's like Joe Budden's beef with Drake. It's just like
so minuscule. Like Drake just one barred him and it was done.
Bro, Mandy said, you know what? My picture is on Times Square, and that's it.
Exactly.
If somebody drops that, flex on me. But honestly, beef is.
Recover.
It can contribute. No, that was a flex. That was way over her, you know, her jurisdiction. But I think beef can be like in terms of even like our marketing and like rollouts and what we sort of like diagnose for artists.
Yeah.
I'm not with the cloud chasey stuff. You know. But some artist brand, like they'd come to me and it's a dirty brand, and that's what like the Kenyan market feeds off. Like this publicity stunts. It's been there from time. It's not new. It's not something like just exclusive to Kenya where like, like Willie Paul like does some weird shit. And then, you know,
that's interesting. You talked about dirty brand, right? I think one of the things that new artists could learn is branding, obviously. When you talk about what's dirty versus clean, how do you like just detail that for us? Like how would you figure that out?
You know, I feel like a dirty brand it's very obnoxious. It's disruptive. You know, like you don't mind like taking the bait for, you know, for being the bad guy.
Okay.
You know, like you can do some very controversial stuff, you know. How controversial?
It's up to you.
It's up to you. You know, guys want to sell sex, guys want to sell like some weird stuff, you know. And also like in respect to the market, right? Because like in our market, guys still look at like LGBTQ as like some messed up stuff. Guys still look at like vices like, you know, like imagine like showing like Kush in a video is still something
is that a thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
If you show Za, bro, like
really,
like an example of a dirty brand is like I'd give you, but strategically dirty brand, and they don't really care whether, because branding just only gets sort of like touchy when it comes to corporates. Otherwise,
when it comes to the money,
when it comes to the money, because the guys who are like, I'm being me. It's artistic integrity. You know, we're expressing ourselves. Like Brooklyn boys, like, yo, they blow Zai every time. Cali weed, whatnot, you know. And they don't care about corporates. But some corporates get it. They're open-minded and they ride with that. A clean brand, on the other hand, is now like, oh, you are coloring inside the lines. You're saved, bro. And that's surprisingly enough.
You release clean versions with the...
Oh my god, bro! Like,
does anyone do clean versions anymore?
I don't even know.
I can't imagine people going out and
explicit and then
your songs are censored. You have radio edits. You know what I mean?
Oh my! I was
on
my way here. I was listening to one of Akon's songs. You know, back then they used to do the thing where they record the normal song, then they record the song and then switch out the words. I was like, you guys did a lot of recording. They won't even what do you call it, reverse it or mute it. They'll just like record a whole new line for that part. It's like, wow.
Yeah, like
guys did the most to save their money back then.
I recently learned the Black Eyed Peas song. The let's get it started in here. Do you know, I only learned like maybe in the past like 4 months that's not the line.
You are today years old.
I can't even say the line because it's a very cancelable line. But I didn't know till recently. Me, I thought that's what the song was, man.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, crazy. It's crazy.
But in layman's terms, like, a dirty brand is a brand that can get you easily cancelled for some, you know.
But that's
like,
a relatively new thing. Like,
is cancelling a thing in Kenya?
Yeah, guys have been cancelled up there, man.
Who has been cancelled? That's
Victoria Kimani was cancelled, bro.
Is that why she ran? Is that why she ran?
She has 0 to no shows in Kenya.
Is that why she ran all the way to?
Tell me why she was cancelled. I'm sorry, I completely missed this.
Wait, so she was an artist here?
Yeah, hers was, but it was for such petty reasons, though. Like, I think it was just like, oh, guys were like, oh, you think you're better than us because like you're doing like Nigerian stuff, you know. So
this was after her Nigerian.
Yeah, like because she was too affiliated to Nigerian like music.
Yeah, because she was signed by
Chocolate City.
Yeah, she was signed by Chocolate City.
Yeah, so I don't know, guys cancelled her for that. I'm like, bro, what for what? She is bad. Victoria, holla at me, man. Like,
really relax, man.
Let's talk, man.
Calm down. Whoever's editing this.
I mean, I got your number, but but she's talented anyway, and like I don't know why guys would cancel guys like that. Yeah, but
I thought it was just a choice because she just dipped out and she just decided to stay over there.
Yeah, I mean,
she recently released and she just came out of the woodworks now. It's just like, oh, okay, she's still doing music.
Yeah, but Kenya should just grow up like a bit. Like some of these things are so irrelevant, man. Like, what does my sexuality have to do with anything, man? Like, like what are these things? These touchy subjects. Like, bro, just like, and now the fact that we have a very like linear president up there,
that's
like,
one way to put it.
Oh my god, man. Like it's not looking good, bro.
Yeah,
it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good.
It'll have to catch up in culture before it, because culture and music is an expression of culture. So it'll have to catch up in the culture, and for that to become a thing before it ever crosses over into music.
Yeah.
So in terms of Tofauti, like we really have to do those brand audits and we look at like what an artist like represents, like what are their values, what are they comfortable sharing and not sharing. Yeah, we've done a lot of campaigns for artists, like some of our first clients were like Brooklyn boys, like we were very instrumental in like their album rollout, like we got them signed to Ace, Africa Centric Entertainment.
Nice.
So now
how do you get someone signed?
This is 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Early times.
Yeah. If you look at my IG, I kind of like posted like some stuff where like, we were in meetings with Ace and stuff like that. Because when I started working with Brooklyn boys, they were just operating like on vibes,
How would you get someone? Because I think a lot of artists think just because I have talent or I have a bunch of cool songs that the label is going to look at me and say we want this guy. But I feel like it's a lot more behind that happens.
Yeah, and it's even better if you know your shit. When you're kind of like the boring side, like intellectualizing stuff, and you're actually aware of like what makes a brand, how to sell it, how to market it, or you already have assets, you're not depending on like going to other studios to pay for recording time. You've actually invested in your stuff.
Yeah.
That gives you more leverage when you go see the label.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what can the label offer you then? Like you already have all these assets, information. So what more can you like give me that I don't have, that will empower me and, you know, sort of like take me to the next level of my music or my brand or my craft, you know? Are you exposing me to new audiences? Are you sort of like, you know, are you giving me more opportunities that I wouldn't necessarily be able to have? Are you giving me more accessibility to, you know, like sort of like money or, you know, like those are the things, those are the discussions you need to have. You know, what are the splits? Like, are you giving me lawyers?
The boring
like,
stuff.
Yeah.
There tends to be more. There's a lot of, and I mean, I don't want to catch flack for this, but then there's a lot of entitlement with artists because they feel like talent is everything. So if an artist
if you're an artist listening to this, Sam is speaking. Yeah, Sam, go ahead. You're saying?
I'll take it. No, but there's some entitlement that comes with, oh, look at me, I'm talented, and you know, maybe I have my group of people around me that they're constantly telling me your stuff is it's great, it's good.
Yeah.
If let's say that's me now, and I come up to you, what would make you say, okay, we're picking this guy, or no, we're dropping him?
Oh, so you're asking me like how I vet artists and how like I choose to work with who?
Or rather, what do you think? Because I feel like there would be something that I should already bring in terms, and not just necessarily just the music, but then like a mindset or whatever it is. Like, what do you look for?
Honestly, if you just have that like sort of like hunger and like will, you know, like to not only like excel in what you're doing, you know, but also to learn, then you know, then I'd rather work with that guy than somebody who's already like, you know, I know everything. You know, there's nothing new on the road.
Then why are you coming to me?
Yeah.
do you think artists are born with it in quotes, or do you think it can be taught?
Both ways, man. Like, is there a wrong or right answer to that? I feel like
I just want to know your perspective.
Yeah, I think, guys, yeah, it's good to be born with it, but you can also like don't be a hard head. Like you should be able to, you know, be humble and learn. You know, Even that's why I told you it took me character development. You know what I mean? Yeah, even me, I thought I was.
You were on that side too.
Yeah, like but you know, eventually you just have to be like, relax,
chill out.
Yeah.
Okay, so
so
kind of not really pivoting, but of the many things you do, you're the PR head at Kipepeo,
right?
How did that come? Like, is Kipepeo Maya's thing? Did she like found it or something?
Yeah, Maya. Shout out to Maya. That's a boss lady.
Maya Rivenberg.
Yeah.
Did I say that properly?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
have you met her before?
I have. Amazing personality.
Amazing soul. Yeah.
I met her through Bakita. Yes.
Bakita is another amazing artist.
Yeah.
With Kipepeo, what happened was this began in 2023, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can confirm. Yeah, in 2023.
Right. Like time's a myth.
It's a construct.
Yeah.
The past, present, and future are
flat
happening.
authors. Yeah. But
concurrently.
Basically with Maya, I think we met in 22.
Okay.
At the beginning, and it was so random, bro. Like, she was on an Instagram live with
for real?
Afreative's head, Sharon Obo, who's also been an executive producer at Soulgen. So they were doing like this Instagram live, just sharing the tools and stuff. I think Afreative had this Wednesday sessions where they have different industry experts and authorities, and Maya was one of them.
Okay.
Who was sharing her expertise and just like little tools on management, artist management and booking, how you can get more bookings, how to make yourself more lucrative. So I just randomly joined the live and I was like, like, what's popping? I saw Maya and she was like very, very confident, very cool.
Yeah.
They were taking questions in and I was like, I just DM'd her and told her like, you want to meet up and stuff like that. And, when we met, we realized, you know what? We share a lot of things in common and our vision for like the industry. And she saw what I was doing with like different brands before in comms, like Brooklyn Boys at the time was like my main thing. I'm late 22. no, actually early 22 and late 21.
Okay.
So yeah, she managed to just dig up some stuff on me, and then we were like, you know what, let's see how we can work. And she was like, she wants me to sort of like lead the communication strategies for Kipepeo. Also help the artists who are already on the management company in terms of like their brand endorsements and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, she just took a chance with me. I shot my shot, and she was like, yo, come through, help us. And I've been the PR lead for Kipepeo and doing their brand partnerships.
A rare occasion where shooting your shot works.
I know, that's how it's done, bro. It's as simple as DMing.
Easy. Most stuff I've got is through DMs, bro.
That's what
even with Remixd Mag.
It's DMs.
I DM.
Can actually just go into that.
But first, I was under the impression that Kipepeo was a management like sort of agency the first time I interacted with it. But you guys also do bookings?
Yes. Kipepeo is a artist management and bookings company. So essentially, essentially what they do is they manage artists' careers. That's in terms of like their brands, in terms of their image, in terms of their legalities, in terms of like their distribution, like they have that whole shebang 360 inside there. That's what they help artists with.
Who's in your roster currently?
At the moment we have Nsimbi from Uganda, who based in America now. They're award-winning artists. We have Susan Kerunen, who's even head of like Alliance Francaise Uganda. She tours Europe like it's her second home,
Yeah.
Eli Maliki, who is another Ugandan. Okay. Yeah, but in Kenya we have Bakita, we have this Benga singer called Udulele. We have an African contemporary neo soul artist called Liboi. All these guys are alt artists because we were very into the alt scene. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's
was that by choice?
Yeah, we represent alternative artists.
Yeah.
Is Groovy part of
Kipepeo?
And
Groovy Jo, of course, with the slimy flow. So yeah.
Slimy
originally
flow.
she partake. Yeah, shout outs to Groovy, man.
I wonder how rap in general made slime like such a dope word. Because slime is
nasty.
Originally it wasn't like such a dope word, but now if you say slime, my slime, maybe it's Young Thug. Is it Young Thug?
I mean, like, bro, I say slime all the time, and like, I just found myself doing it, man.
You're free Young Thug, man. His influence is unmatched.
Yeah.
But okay, so you guys have that, and this dude who came to the studio once, GNL Zamba.
Yes, GNL is part of now the first guys I mentioned, Nsimbi.
Oh,
because Nsimbi is a duo. Of GNL Zamba, who is like this OG in the Ugandan like hip hop space. Yeah,
he played
award-winning. Nah, he's heavy, man. And I mean, as an artist, that guy is cooking because he's not stuck to one thing. He keeps on growing. Like now his sound is like so different. And yeah, so GNL Zamba is part of Nsimbi with Miriam, his wife. So yeah, it's crazy, man. You just hook up with your wife and like, yo, let's
Did you
do this out.
Did you guys focus on the alt scene purposely, or was that just how it came about?
Yeah, I think Maya sort of like it came from Maya's it's a brain fart of Maya, man. Like this is what Maya sees, this is her baby, because I think she saw the gap of like, oh, you know what, I'm going to all these festivals, I'm going to all these sort of events, and there's so much more than what the media is just showing us, like, and Maya has lived in Africa for over 10 years, and she's even done her masters in a very reputable industry. I don't want to put all her business out there, but I think she saw that gap of alt music, and also even if you look at her playlist, it's all just like some music
alternative
that
stuff,
you wouldn't necessarily find on just anyone's playlist. And she's passionate about the industry, so we just kind of aligned and we're like, yo, there's so much good shit that's bubbling. It's not getting that sort of like
the light.
Yeah, that light. So let's do that.
So okay, so I'm gonna bounce off pause, but I'm gonna
Happy Pride Month, man.
Happy Pride Month. Happy
Don't
Pride Month.
we ain't pausing for now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so like Sam had mentioned, there's Remixd Mag as a like that's another thing that you
Yet another. How do you balance all these things?
yeah, how
Another
do you,
one.
another
Another
one,
one.
and then there's
Another
also
one.
standard. So I'd like to like get into that.
Yeah.
Is writing a passion of yours? Music journalism, like, is that
Yeah.
like a thing that you?
It's a means to an end.
I know music media gets such a bad rep.
Why?
You know,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
nah, there's this sort of like stereotyping and sort of like
It's just not.
yeah,
Good.
like music media is just like, yo, why don't you guys only cover like some certain class of guys or a certain group of guys
Or certain types of topics.
Yeah,
Or certain
But
types
it's
you know,
of.
it's
difficult
limited.
to cover everything, honestly.
But and it's even more difficult to cover the good things, the things that actually
Yeah,
matter.
quality.
So people are really just doing whatever they want
Yeah.
outside.
Okay.
There's a lot of guys out here. Like for me, you see, when I got into like before we like divert back to Remix Mag at Standard, man, I started People Daily, and the voices that were in the room that sort of have to editorialize like the music and document music as a culture and as a whole. I wasn't hearing the voice of like so many guys in there, man. Like I was like, yo, do you guys know who like Earwave is? Do you guys know who Ukweli is? Do you know who Alfamars is? Guys are just mute.
Guys are looking like you.
Yo,
No?
it was they were nulled out. Like to them, you tell them, okay, there's this place, Creative's Garage, there's Alchemist. They're like, Aukun cool kid. That's how they like sort of like put it.
That's the perception.
Yo,
though. That's
yeah, there's the gap, man, and that's why it's important to have diversity in these rooms, man.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So what happened was my editor at the time, shout out to Wairimu Nyingi. So she gave me a chance to like document everything, man, and with that I've been able to like put so many guys in these sort of like media spaces to sort of like get the spotlight on them as well, So yeah, like with Standard, bro, like I've just tried to shed a light on what majority of the media doesn't see, because there's a lot happening, and we have to have a wholesome sort of like perspective, not just one side. Then guys think, oh, that's Kenyan music identity. No, man. There's this other dope shit happening on this side, man. Check that out too, and put it on the paper, put it on TV, put it on
No, bro, that's dope because like, bruh, like I said, when I came back and I was like, bruh, Alpha is doing so many different things. How I even figured that out was I was reading the paper and I was
voila.
and I was just looking at an interview. I forget who the interview was, but then at the bottom I see Alfayo. I was like, wait, what?
That's hard. No,
That's crazy. And also,
man.
I just want to say, man, shout out to you for putting people on in with your platform, because like you said, in these rooms a lot of times it's gonna be ancient people, ancient ways of thinking, and putting on people like that you see like from your class and even from below, like that's what we need more of in every industry.
Exactly.
But
That exchange, we have to exchange information. That's the only way it's gonna grow, because I was learning from them, and equally, it's reciprocated. So that sort of like exchange of information, of ideas, is what helps like the Kenyan music industry grow, and even like guys sort of like underrate the work of the media, but it's exposure. Like when I put somebody like a Bakita on the papers, man, a lot of guys in Kenya actually still read the papers, so that's sort of like
Huge.
Documentation. Or playing them on the radio, there's still a huge listenership on the radios, man.
Yep.
So we can't underrate that. And if you want to know, radio is still doing well, man. Guys are still opening radio stations, man. Trace is still a newborn baby, man.
Bro, listen,
Yeah,
back like maybe I'd say like 2 years ago, like my thinking was no one listens to the radio, no one does this and that, no one reads the paper. I realized I was so wrong, because that's how I was thinking, but that's just not how everyone else. Everyone else in the country is still doing these things. So these are still very, very powerful mediums of communication.
Yeah, you have to have that like sort of like I don't know whether to call it humility, that I don't know everything, and like whether I know it or not, there's still shit popping without me sort of like being conscious or
100%.
or being aware of that. So yeah, they still have huge audiences, man.
So usually when you interview people, because this is interesting for me because I've never, I have the opportunity to talk to somebody who writes for the papers. Like, do you usually like set up like an actual meetup and then
As a scribe, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it varies.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Yeah, I'm a scribe.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like,
bro, I'm learning. I'm
yeah,
learning right now.
Yeah, we're scribes.
Okay.
Internally we call ourselves scribes.
Do you do that over the phone? Do you like just meet them in person? Like,
It depends. Like Karun didn't want to do for example, it's case to case.
Okay.
Some guys are very like low key, enigmatic, like I'm mysterious, you can't see me, so let's do that. Let's, like we'll do a Zoom and the camera is off, like it's just you don't even know if you're talking to the right person, like could be some voice enhancement
voice
or
double AI.
somebody has just put their own voice and like, yo,
that's crazy.
what if I just got the wrong info, man? Yeah. So you prefer to have some sort of like face and physicality attached to that. But,
okay.
Yeah, but it's case to case. Sometimes it's in person, sometimes it's virtual.
Do you get better interviews when it's face to face?
Of course, man. Just like this.
You can read off people.
Yeah,
you can read. Because
vibes,
people will talk and then you can look at their face and say, that's not what you really mean. though. So tell me about that more. But then when they just tell you that on the phone, you're like, okay.
Yeah, you can exactly. You
lose a lot of context.
Yeah, no, exactly the context.
Right.
Crazy. Okay, so Remixd Mag.
Right.
How did you? So you said you just hit them up in the DMs.
Yeah, Remixd Mag was okay. So the owner of Remixd Mag.
I did some research on her. She's written for Billboard before.
Yeah, she's
and
a huge upcoming
Crazy.
journalist. Tally Spencer, shout out to Tally. Like messing with us out here. But Tally has a like unique background in the music space and music journalism, because she like me started as a writer. So she's written for Billboard, whether it's Insider, whether it's I think she's done stuff for New York Times because she used to live in New York before she moved to Los Angeles. So she just started during COVID, man. Literally during COVID, she would interview guys virtually because everybody was in the house. We weren't outside, So yeah, it started like that, and I caught wind of her because I'm always just trying to see what's happening in the music world. Like that's just the world we live in. It's a digital sort of like world. So with Tally, I hit her up because I think I was watching Rolling Loud. Then I was like, "Who's this host just talking a whole lot?" And she looks, she looks nice. She looks nice. She's a good looking lady, but she's really, really professional, and she's, she knows what she's doing. So I DM'd her, and she was like, "Yo, email me." And stuff like that. So I had to like go through the whole formality of like, Ati, send your CV and what have you done?
Did you write a cover letter?
Those. Oh, yo. I've written those. I don't want to see another at this point, man. Yeah, but the whole formality, and so I began at Remixd as a staff writer.
Okay.
And now I'm the editor of the magazine.
Congratulations.
And, shout out to me, man. I mean, give me my flowers, bro.
I'm taking those flowers.
Yeah, man. Like chest thump. But shout out to Afam. But so basically I started as a writer then. She told me that's when, like, as I learned more about the magazine and documenting the hip hop space, because predominantly it's a hip hop and R&B magazine. But she's also into PR. So she does PR for huge artists. This year we did PR for Israel, who produced Wait For You for Drake and Thames. That was a huge milestone for me. We did PR for NLE Chopper last year.
Ooh.
So we work with like big artists like Blast. I mean, it's coming good. It's coming good. I can't complain, bro. I mean,
you're racking up your connections, I'm sure.
Yeah, man. At some point, I might just say like Afam needs to cook a beat with Blast. At this point, man, let's set it up.
Look,
make that happen, please.
Afam is fiending. Look at
bro,
him.
I'm trying to get those placements, man.
Easy.
Don't make him. Now he's not going to sleep.
So it's expanded just from hip hop and R&B, being a media outlet, to PR. So yeah, we work with relatively huge artists and dope independent artists. Dope because the independent space is way more like bubbly than the mainstream stuff, because the mainstream stuff is like all simulated.
Do you think younger artists should shoot for those kind of people first, or do you think they should just
go for it, man? What did I do? I shot my shot, man. If you just sit there like not being practical and proactive, bro, I think you're too comfortable. And the internet has made it I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta,
no, it's the hard truth. Yeah,
that had love. Yeah, just the thing is with like picture in our folks' days, man. These guys couldn't just DM anyone they wanted. Like your mom has a crush on MJ, but she can't hit up MJ.
No,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Now I go, I hit up B, I hit up Beyonce, I hit up Rihanna, man. Like she
get
might
dubbed,
see
but
it,
you
man.
hit them
yeah,
up nonetheless.
She'll carve my ass, man. Like, but like. You gotta take your chances, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd advise guys to like be more proactive and actually shoot their shot. These things really do turn around, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I guess we've talked about. I know I'm just going back and forth.
Yeah.
Pause.
Hey, sir,
bro, it's June. Like what rainbow?
Just
out.
keep it going.
I did that on purpose.
Why
guys.
are
I
you
did that
gay?
on purpose.
Like,
why
sure
are you
you
gay?
did.
Why are you gay? Anyway,
it's Pride Month, baby.
So
Let's go.
You talked about like the
Let's
roster.
fucking go.
You talk about the roster of artists that you have at Kipepeo and everything.
Right.
Groovy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Groovy because I heard there was some rumblings. There was
the streets were talking.
Yeah, the streets were murmuring.
They
were murmuring.
Yeah.
There was some
okay,
murmurs
yeah, my bad, yeah.
that she's
Murmuring.
releasing something, and I've seen she's been releasing like music consistently.
Consistently, right.
Is that anything that you wanna talk on?
Of course, I think by the time this episode is out there, it's,
Yeah.
It's once it's out in the wilderness, like we can't really like stop the fire, man.
yeah,
like
you
it's
can't take it
already
back.
it's catching wind. So yeah, just to put more wind to the sails. I mean, the project is out now, and you could hear that shit. Groovy is
In the radio near you, or what do they usually say?
breaking news.
You're bad at this.
like-
You're bad at this.
Yeah,
so
I
bad at
mean,
promo,
yeah. Like, I mean, go out on all DSPs. Pressure out now.
Oh, that's the name of it.
Yeah, pressure out now, and I think Groovy really like put her best foot forward, man. Like in terms of wanting to involve her art.
Yeah.
I mean, evolving it. Like, oh man. Like, cause Groovy is known for the bars, She's that punchline queen. Like she's Remy Mad out, like, lyrical miracle syllable. She could do that, but she's really smart, she's smart. So she doesn't give it that boring, like, because we off that, man.
Yeah.
Logic needs to be cancelled.
Whoa.
Logic needs to be cancelled.
Okay.
Logic needs to chill,
Bro,
man.
thank you.
He needs to
Logic
chill, man.
catching strays for no reason at all.
What was that he did with the Ice Cube?
I'm half black,
the
I'm half
remix.
white.
Nah, man. Like, just retire from rap. You can come back.
He did already.
Yeah. Go to Turks and come back. But nah,
Money ran
Groovy
out.
has now gone the more like Afro pop direction. So I find that really interesting in terms of just like articulating what she wants to articulate, being more vulnerable. Because that music is really smooth, and it allows you to kind of come into
Yes,
yourself. Make some bops, man. Don't be all bad out thinking you're hard every time. Hip hop guys, let's diversify the sound.
Having been an artist, well, you still are an artist. Like, do you get super involved in the creative process, or do you just let them cook?
Okay, are we still talking about Groovy?
Yeah.
With Groovy, no. Groovy,
Okay.
like Groovy is not gonna have a Drake 2016 moment where she got the ghostwriter. Okay, let's be
You're
clear.
nobody's Quentin Miller.
Yeah. Nobody is writing Groovy's bars. That's all Groovy's
No. It's not even about that. It's just like being in the sessions, like offering like a perspective.
Yeah. I'm always a fly on the wall. I A&R as well.
Yeah.
I've been.
That's where you
like,
get to go back into your creative bag.
Yeah. I can't help it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm itching. I'm in the studio, like Cookie. Just like ask me something. I try to, but not. I'm not in your face with it.
Ask me my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. So yeah, I mean, it still gives me like that satisfaction, and like it gives me a lot of it's another way to just also like like learn what's happening and and learn new techniques, because I like seeing how different artists like create, man. Like some would just like hear the beat first, some want to like lay the voice down and then like the vocals down, and then you
do
you do your thing around it. So it gives me that bit of like, like I feel like this is something I can learn from, and it's popping, man.
So how long is the project? How many tracks?
Thank God, Groovy did like 8 songs.
Oh,
only,
thank
man.
the Lord.
It's not one of those 50 track.
Oh, bro, man, I am not sitting through another like.
Bro, I know
30 minutes, I'm good, bro. Like,
thank you.
You know what I mean? Like,
Lil Durk recently posted he's going back to 13.
He had
albums.
to. I think he caught a lot of
bro.
flack,
It's
man.
so long, Brad. Like, just make something that's concise, very artistically, like
palatable,
and then
Tells the story you want to tell without just the extra.
Because attention spans also like
out the window.
It's really ironic that attention spans became less. The songs became shorter, and then people decided, you know what, I'm putting every single song in there. And it's weird.
Nah, her runtime it's decent, man.
It's decent.
The rest of the tracks, that extra fat that you have, just throw it on the deluxe. We'll get that there.
Can we expect any music videos? Any?
Of course, man. So I think there's a listening party coming soon. We're gonna have a listening party. We're gonna have music videos, of course. Groovy has some shows lined up, so that's a good place also to experience her as a live artist, just to feel the music, like actually come in contact with it. I think she's playing. I can drop this here exclusive. I need a flex bomb. She's gonna.
Oh, now you're making our editor sweat.
No, it's calm still. It's calm still. Yeah, so I think she's gonna be playing Walkertown, Nairobi.
Okay.
And she's gonna be co-headlining for Nazizi in December.
Let's go
for Goethe Institute. Stuff, and she's gonna have a lot of stuff coming in between. So I'm just excited for her as an artist, where she's at now. Even taking that risk to like do this sort of music, man, because she's really like put her life out there, man, touching subjects like like her intimacy, her confidence, like mental health, just the kind of like trials she's experienced in the industry, but she still has really good like danceable jams, like More. Oh my God, she has this jam More. Man. Go stream that right now, guys. Like it's like a dance song. Then she's sampled Justin Timberlake on the song. It's really dance floor ready. She
sampled Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I don't know how she cleared that, but
let's move on from that. So
skate right past that
one. It's fire.
Which, and I guess this is my final question about the project. Me and Sam are producers.
Yeah.
So who are the?
Why aren't we on the album, bro?
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Oh, that's not where you're going. On my bad.
No, that's who are the prominent producers in the album, if you know.
Mario, I know. I think K6 is also involved. Luigi.
He does have the sauce.
Yeah. Luigi got the sauce. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think those three are like the cornerstones. Yeah, like the pillars holding the sound together.
Any feature, bro? It's out now, so I guess you can.
The features are that. I mean, like I think there's a South African artist. I think Boozy. Yeah. If I don't know, I hope I didn't butcher her name. Kali, who's got an amazing feature on that.
Fuck with Kali.
She sounds like a flower, bro. She sounds like a flower.
She sounds like a flower.
She's talented.
She's so
super talented,
nimble and just so. Oh my God, like she's just blooming on that track. Nice. Like, bro, I almost called my ex when I heard that. Man. Let's fix this. Let's talk. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's.
And then you snapped out of that quick.
Yeah. And post nut syndrome. But I like how they really captured the mood on the project, like what she wanted, the stories she wanted to share. They captured the mood, because that's that design that but I feel like also the mixing engineering of K projects is also improving. You guys play a huge role in that. So
thank you very
shout
much.
out to y'all.
Afam
man.
likes to think
My next
he's
album
the
is
best.
being produced by these fools.
Afam
man.
likes to
Like,
think he's the best
let's do
engineer in
that.
the world. Actually, he taught Chris. He taught
I
CLA.
believe I can.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he goes. Yeah.
Nah,
Tony
I need-
Maserati is his
I need
understudy.
to come back and cook. Me and Alfam really need.
Nah,
to, like,
we need
get
to
the
tap
lab
in,
Yeah,
man.
we need
Go
to get
crazy.
in the lab.
But also
Right.
Sam's production.
Of course, man.
Bro,
of course.
it's
of
crazy.
Course. Nah, he like if you're, I mean, greatness breeds like, it's association. So if you're around Afam, then must be for some reason, man.
So here on the podcast we like to ask our our guests to play a song.
Right.
Because we usually play a song at the end of the podcast. So is there anything that you would like
Damn,
to...
I would put you guys on like, getting my curator bag. Does it have to be one?
No, it can be whatever you want.
No, of course, it's the groovy episode. This is the groovy
okay.
episode. This is the groovy episode. So I think what I would put out there would be let's get into More by Groovy Jo.
So guys, here's More by Groovy Jo.
Groovy Jo. Get on the floor, DJ, we want more. Get on the floor, DJ, we want more. Get on the floor, DJ, we want more. More. Roll up to the party with a few chicks. The way we looking, know that we always give bricks. Blue ticks, looking like a bitch, caught a lick. Pose for the pic, let me see, let me pick. What's a party with no girls? Pretty slim, thick with the curls. Make him wanna take me round the world. A trick, so he trick, got me dripping in pearls. At your door like a Christmas carol. Name it come to barrel, the drinks need several. A Jeep need general, na smoke that mineral. Na vanya mina bark, name it talk a kennel. Na die here, cop a coin, and maybe need to join, but y'all be annoying, so I'ma get going. If the flow ain't flowing, my crew stay going. If you know, stay knowing. No, and gone off that green, so we got going. Booty getting big, so I'm showing. Nose be blowing, eyes on rolling. No, and gone off that green, so we got going. Booty getting big, so I'm showing. Nose be blowing, eyes on rolling. Get on the floor, DJ, we want more. Get on the board, I made them so sure. I made them so, I made them want more. Give us the beat, we don't want no chorus. Get on the floor, DJ, we want more. Get on the floor, DJ, we want more. Get on the floor, DJ, we want more. More. Dance, I be jumping like a ballerina. Bartender, get me a margarita. She sweet Nuvita, she no familiar. Call her to my spot, she came with liquor. So hard not to lick her. Had them say so, he not go whisper. She no complain, say come and get her. Gone off that Jane that met Brie sister. I'm in the rain just like Batista. I got the pin, I'm just a meter. Away from your niggas, I'll send a picture. I'm with the chicas, we talking ether. We talking reefer. I'm with the smoke, I'm hot like heater. Dog talk left, they call me sneaker. I am your leader just like Onika. Get on the floor, DJ, we want more. Get on the board, I made them so sure. I made them so, I made them want more. Give us the beat, we don't want no chorus. Get on the floor, DJ, we want more. Get on the floor, DJ, we want more. Get on the floor, DJ, we want more. More.
Yeah, that was Groovy Jo with more.
And listen,
dances,
we you know
the
what
vibes.
we want more
Oh,
music.
Yikes.
From Groovy Jo.
We're gonna have more.
yikes. I don't want more of those jokes ever again.
But yo, listen, thanks for coming to kick it with us, bro. Like, I feel like I've had an influx of so many gems right now. Like, we've been
Pick
recording
those up.
for 90 minutes, and I feel like there's just
Pick
so
those
much.
up.
There's so much that I've learned, and there's just so much insight that you've been able to give us, and we really, really appreciate you for sharing. You
Right.
know. And breaking that, I was going to say generational curse, but that trend of people amassing so much information and then opting to hoard it. And instead, you've decided to come on our platform and share. And really appreciate that, bro.
Nah, it's a pleasure, man. I need to be the third host of this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm putting that out
Feel
there.
free,
So
bro.
guys,
Feel free.
We'll do a poll. We'll do a poll.
Yeah, let's do the poll, man. And if they don't pick me, we're going petition way. But honestly, I appreciate what you guys are doing with the pod, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, highlighting, the other side of the industry, the more like covert side, which is, where a lot of the things happen. I'd say 60%. And
Yeah.
dude, I'm honored to be here. We can do it again anytime. Just give me a
bro.
call, man.
Anytime.
For sure. And like we like to say, we call this podcast the 30% podcast because imagine only 30 to 40% of music played on Kenyan radio is Kenyan.
Right.
And that's an abomination. And people like Alpha are here to change that, right?
Yeah.
I have baffling stats on that, but if you want to, we can share that on the next episode.
We didn't get into that.
No.
have
Give.
baffling
No.
stats.
Listen, we can get into it a little bit if you don't mind.
Did you know like the Kenyan music industry is worth like 320 billion Kenyan shillings?
Yeah, me.
And there's so much money, but it doesn't trickle down to the artists. Like, for
Yeah, we
example,
see what MCSK is doing outside.
Hold on, I'm stuck on 320 billion.
yeah, this is actual data.
How come I've never seen any of that 320 billion?
Not yours.
Bruh, read my articles, okay? Because I cover a lot of the finance side of the music
insane.
industry. And yeah, the Kenyan music industry it's healthy, man. Trust me, it's healthy. There's money out there, but there's just certain gatekeepers, certain leeches that don't want this money to actually.
Do you know who
reach
those
us.
people are?
Man,
No,
I
you don't
can
know.
call
You
them out.
Say them
No,
by
you don't
name.
have to. You don't
Say
have to.
them by government name.
I'd start by calling out MCSK, man.
Yeah.
Like the
First and foremost.
collecting,
Yeah.
the CMOs, the collecting management organizations.
Big
We
blockheads.
gotta put
all
these
of
guys
them.
on blast, man.
We've talked about them on the pod, and what I've realized is these guys, they collect the money very well, by the way.
Oh, they're efficient.
Very
with that
efficient
joint.
at collecting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay, let me give you some statistics from like PricewaterhouseCoopers, who do like auditing for, they can do auditing, and they've done this for the media industry as well. So in 2022, I believe radio, TV, video, film ad spend went up to about 40 billion plus, or 60 if I'm not wrong. And CMOs invoiced media organizations. This is ad spend. This is how much corporates are putting in. Ads were worth like 60 billion. Then CMOs come and invoice the media fraternities. How much should they give to artists? Because it's playing on media, it's playing on TV, it's playing on radio. You rely on artists' music so that they can play. So they invoiced them about 39 million. And what they collected was 3.9 million. Okay. They invoiced them like, us collectively, you guys should pay 39 million. Okay. But then what they end up giving out is only 3.9 million. So where is that?
So they gave out, what's that? That's 10%. They gave out 10% of what they collected. Some.
Then what CMOs do, what MCSK did, was they didn't even give out
Nasty
that
work.
3.9 million. Yeah, they gave out about 300,000 Kenya shillings.
Oh my God. So even on the 10% they were supposed to give out, they gave out less.
Yeah,
they gave out
less,
1%.
So they kept almost 3.6 million to MCSK alone and called it operational costs. So artists go split the 300K, and that's for all the artists registered to MCSK. And the two types of distribution MCSK does, there's one that where they deliver, all artists get equal amount. Two, it's based on how much your music is played on airplay. So we're fighting for scraps. That's when you get the M-Pesa message, 20 shillings from music.
It's depressing. I'd rather not get that at all, bro. Just keep that.
There's just some
keep the
sad
20.
stuff happening out
Oh
here,
no,
man.
that's
It's
wow.
sad. It is sad.
Yeah, I know.
it's so
That's
sad.
this. We need to find who these people are and start calling them out, because I don't think the silence that we operate with, honestly, and I know it's a difficult thing because that starts wars and it gets nasty.
I put the MCSK guy on blast on Twitter.
Yeah. No, go because these people. We need to start. We need to normalize
And
calling
he's-
these things out.
And what's funny enough is he was an artist. So, he knows the kind of struggles like us guys are going through to get
Animal
that.
Farm. It's Animal Farm out here.
It's evil is what it
Man
is.
needs man. Man need
Becoming
man. Yeah.
Bro, listen, we could go on forever, but like, thank you for that. That's really, really dope insight. But yeah, again, thank you, and we'll catch you guys on episode 27.
Like, share, subscribe, do all the
Oh yeah, I
things.
forgot. I'm such a bad host, man.
Just
Yeah, do
terrible
all
host.
do the things. Just do the things. You know what to do. You know what to do.